Hello and welcome to the Troyiverse. This is episode 35. It is June 5th, the day after my 45th birthday. Hooray and huzzah to me. It is a boiling 89 degrees today. Oh my god. It's not too bad. It really isn't. It's not horrible. It is just it's super sunny and it's super hot, and I got my AC on, so if you hear it in the background, like, this is going to be the whole episode of you hear that in the background if it bothers you. So there's that. But yeah, I I am excited. I'm happy. I bought myself a birthday present, and thank you. Also, let me clarify. Let me be first, up front and foremost. Thank you to everyone who sent me messages and text me and personally text me. Let me get that clear. Personally text me, as well as personally sent messages and comments and stuff like that on any of these social media or social connection sites that I'm on, be it TikTok, Discord, Facebook, Instagram. I'm no longer on X. Blue Sky as well. I'm there as well. But yeah, thank you all. I really appreciate it. It was a really great day. Honestly, in my age, honestly, I don't want or like to do much. I mean, don't get me wrong, it is also a product of not really being celebrated when I was younger, so I don't do much. And I also had a thing about I don't like throwing parties because when I had my own place, or well, places, I just didn't want to throw a party for multiple reasons. One, usually if I go to parties, I'm the one helping people like clean up the house after the party. So I didn't want to introduce myself to a situation where if it came down to me having to clean up, after a party that was thrown for me, I didn't want to be the only Lone Ranger, like, cleaning up after everybody else. So I never really was one for throwing parties. So even when it came down to like outside shindigs and stuff like that, where people like did parties or threw parties out in like public scenarios or public settings or stuff like that, I would help clean up. And it's very rare. Usually it would be me and whoever threw the party, and maybe and their partners, of course, if they are partner up or yada yada yada. But it's very rare to have people help clean up after a party. Usually everybody just either leaves or passed out because they're already too intoxicated to actually function. So I don't throw parties for myself, and no one I engage with, any of the black holes that I engaged with in my past, was never inclined to throw me a party as well. They threw parties for themselves, or people threw parties for them, but whatever. So for me, I like to have a quiet, chill, peaceful atmosphere for like my birthdays. Honestly, I was more social than usual, because usually I'll wait till like the last moment of like 11:59, going into the 12 midnight to the next day, to be like, hey, everybody who said happy birthday to me, thank you. Unless it was like a really special occasion where I was really excited and happy that somebody that I wasn't expecting to hit me up with a happy birthday celebration, or happy born day, hello, blah blah blah. But yeah, I was like rocketing it back to the people like during the same time. Like if somebody did it within like an hour at the earliest. Well, actually no, because my homie Raph, he's one of the people I used to play D&D with, and my POC group in Seattle. He hit me up, and no, actually, it was a more expedient one. Actually, it's so funny because they're both Geminis too. Raph is a Gemini, and then Mr. Eddie Ray, Angela Ray father. I'm not trying to name drop, but I'm so honored to actually know him as a human being because he is a very like really awesome gentleman. Like I admire him much. There's very few people that I can actually say I admire, and he is definitely the A1 steak sauce of that list. He's the top of that list. So like he sent the happy birthday. As soon as I seen the notification, I instantly sent it back. Was like, thank you so much, and also happy belated birthday because his birthday was on the 2nd, I believe. Actually, I think his and Raph's birthday was on the 2nd. Brass might have been the 3rd. I'm not sure, but yeah, it was great. I honestly I chilled in my room all day. The roommate actually brought me General Tso's chicken, which I'm grateful for. I appreciate the gesture, but honestly, I wasn't in the mood for Chinese food yesterday. Honestly, I was going to get my Chinese food today, but now I'm not because of the impromptu, birthday gesture. But I appreciate the gesture, and I ate it when I ate it. But I was in my room chilling, watching Wonderfuls. Oh my goodness! When I tell you, that show is so funny. It's okay. Here's the thing: between that, Supercell's, Umbrella Academy, and what's the other one? Or is this a group? I was going to try to say group, and then it's about to say bunch. But a group of individuals that should not have powers. They just end up having powers for some mystical, strange, or chemical reasons, or biological reasons. Honestly, this was hands down one of the funniest ones out of this scenario. Umbrella Academy is great because it had really great funny moments and stuff like that. But oh my gosh, Wonderfuls, it was fantastic. Wonderfuls was really good. I didn't expect it to be as good as it was. I'm actually on the very last episode because it's a limited series and only 8 episodes. But the last episode is an hour and a half, and I finished the second to last canonical episode at 2:30. I was like, I'm not staying up till 4:00 because I had to. I got to order my birthday present that I bought myself. It was available to pick up yesterday for my birthday. Ironically enough, I didn't time it that way, but I was actually happy that it did come like that. But regardless, by the time it did. I got that email saying I can pick it up. I was not in any type of mood to leave the house. It was 5:40. The place closed at 9, but I was like, I'll go tomorrow morning. Here's the thing: I can drive in the night, in the morning, any time during the day. I just prefer not to drive at night. I don't have any problem with it. It's just I don't feel like having these extremely bright LED lights, headlights shining in my face while I'm driving. It's annoying. I prefer not to. But anyway, so I watched that. I was watching that pretty much all day yesterday. I took a break from anime because I was just I've been watching so much anime. If you've been paying attention to the last couple of podcasts, that's all I've been talking about has been all the anime that I've been enjoying and just devouring basically. The last anime I finished watching was what was it? Season 2 of Shangri-La Frontier, which, oh my goodness, oh my damn, the main theme song for like the second half of the show, A Witch, Frontiers, that was my theme song for my birthday yesterday. Like that song is incredible. How it comes in, how the lyrics for it, like the melody of it. It's an incredible song. I highly like recommend you listening to it if you have the chance. But yeah, no, I was just having a chill day. I am actually about to set up because I just picked up my gift, my personal gift. I actually let the gamer know, infamous Sora. Sorry. It's so funny because I keep saying it just happenstancely, but then I remember like, wait, is this Sora or Sorry? Infamous Story. I told her that I was going to show her a picture on her sites about of my gift. So I'm excited. I'm super excited. Where I went, the establishment I went to was really great. They was really pleasant guys. As pleasant as the others. My original spot that I go to or first started patronizing with my business, they were just as friendly and accommodating, and it was really great. It was a really great experience, and I look forward to continuing my business with both companies if I deem it necessary to go to one or the other. So I'm excited. I'm happy. But yeah, I was able to hang out and talk to one of my companions a couple of days ago. They're the one in Georgia, and I'm so happy for them because they was able to like hang out with their son and spend time with him, and they celebrated his graduation, which was fantastic. I'm so proud of him, and I'm so proud of them for everything that they're experiencing and dealing with right now. And it's just another reminder of I'm not alone in scenarios where parents are away from their children for whatever reason. For parents who actually like care about their kids and actually really, revere being with them and stuff like that, is hard regardless of whatever reason you're not with your kid. Like every moment of the day when you're not around them is just it's tolling. It takes a lot, and I'm happy that my companion was able to like spend time with her son and just kind of like be in that moment of like happiness, regardless of all the other stuff that's surrounding that. But yeah, so I was able to share those moments of like happiness and bliss with them, and yeah, I look forward to the upcoming day when I can actually say the same about myself and my mini me. So, even with that being said, I am going to jump into. You know what? I can go back into telling my experiences about the arrest and like how everything happened. Now, I talked about it briefly in the previous podcast, but like I have to say, like now I can laugh about it. I made a joke about it years ago, like after the ordeal was over and stuff like that. But I will say it really was kind of similar to the scene from Half Baked, like except for I was not like high at the moment, but everything happened so fucking quickly. Like it was so wild. Like I was arrested, and then I was in the back of their police car. And I was driven down to center city of Seattle, and if you're familiar with Last of Us 2, it was near and around the library area. Um, it was where you first come into Seattle proper in the game with on horseback. Like it was around that area. I was booked. I was fingerprinted. I had my one phone call. Was transferred from processed and transferred to another building that I can't remember if it was another building or if it was like I think it was another. I can't remember. It was so crazy how fast everything happened. So, and even to the point of spending that night in jail and then going to the courthouse after that, and then coming back, and then being processed and let go. Like they let me go. It wasn't like I had to pay any type of bail or anything. They just was like, "Hey, okay, so you processed and you got your court thing. You got your 2 years of no contact order. Blah blah blah." I mean, except for you know, expressed by the family courts as saying I could talk to my daughter for 3 times a week. Um, and then they just let me out of the building, and that was it. It was just that was that quick. Like I said before, thank goodness I had my tips from, and they gave me back my tips from um, my Tuesday, that Tuesday tip day, because with those tips I was able to put some money in my account because I didn't have any money because I literally paid off all my bills and stuff like that, which was even ironically funny because looking back on how it was my setup was set up, basically this is right after um, like my I don't want to say a couple of weeks earlier my income tax and everything came in, and like it was just I paid for all of this stuff. I bought gifts for the kids and for myself and for my daughter's mom. I was paid back pay of all the bills that wasn't being kept up with. The it was because it was going into Memorial Day weekend and stuff like that. It was a lot of stuff that was going. It was a lot, but it was I literally spent so much money on so much stuff for the benefit the house, because that's my thing. I'm always good with money, but it's always one of those things where I get accumulated amount of money and I know that I'm gonna be cool because I'm gonna get my check that that week or yada yada yada. I'm like, all right, let me just splurge and go all out and do stuff that I'm not accustomed to doing on a regular basis because bills is tight and yada yada yada. But it was just crazy because I really didn't have any cash on me at all, except for that the tips. And luckily, I was able to do that, get a lift back from that area to my previous residence where we were staying all together at. And but because apparently I wasn't able to go there, I went straight to work. Didn't clock in. I just went to work and was trying to figure out how I can get from my job to my place, which I could have walked to, but it would have been a fucking hike and a half. And I was like, I'm not trying to. I'm not. I no. Because at the same time, I still had to figure out where I was going to stay at. So luckily, being able to have connections that was outside of my daughter's mom's privy, and she couldn't basically create this social or civil conspiracy with everybody, because that's basically what happened. She went on into basically the town hall of social media and proclaimed all these things that I didn't do, which of course all it takes is a woman to say that this man did something, and then everybody, and without looking for evidence, knowing the evidence, knowing what actually happened, will jump on the bandwagon and just be like, clearly that's what happened. So by that time, when I did get to, you know, my job, and it was only like my coworkers that was there, they already knew what happened because one of my coworkers' moms was actually in the same, you know, friend group, if you will, because our sons was going to a school that was created by this woman who wanted to start a new school for, you know, POC children, and you know, in a basis of child excellence and, you know, POC excellence and stuff like that. She had a fantastic idea. She had a piss poor idea of how to set all this set up and to like make her dream become a reality. So, but my friend, she was my friend before all this happened, slash coworker. Her mom and my daughter's mom knew each other, and they actually, like, she talked to her mom, and of course, understandably, rightfully so, if anything were to happen with my kids around somebody that could possibly do something, I would let them know, like, hey, just be cautious, yada yada yada. But when it came down to it, went there, got a water from the job because I was thirsty, and waited, called up my friend for him to come in. It was already closing time in a way for them to like leave the job, whatever. So I was basically sitting on the curb outside my job, waiting for my friend to pop up. And yeah, it was. Then it was crazy because apparently somebody, I'm not gonna say one of the girls, well, somebody, let's just say somebody, called the cops on me. So the same cops that actually arrested me the day before showed up at the parking lot and was like, hey, what's going on? And I'm like, what's going on with you? Like, the fuck? And he was like, wait, didn't we see you yesterday? I was like, yeah, y'all see me yesterday. He was like, what you doing? I was like, I'm waiting for somebody to come get me because I'm out clearly, and I'm, you know, trying to get back to my vehicle so I can, you know, find some place to go, yada yada yada. And it was actually crazy because it got to the point where, because I didn't know my usual thing is, if the first person I'm accustomed to calling is the first person I automatically call, regardless of anything. It's kind of like a pneumatic tick type thing. So the first thing I did was literally called somebody that was like on my first thought to call, and I was like, oh shit, can't call that person. And then I was like, let me call my other friends and stuff like that. So they was literally like, well, you know, we gotta call the sergeant to figure out what's going on, yada yada. They was like, they called, and the sergeant was cool. He was like, no, it is what it is, like, don't worry about it. And my friend ended up coming in like 20 minutes later, picked me up. Thankfully, he was able to grab my car for me, and we drove from with my car, his car, back to his place. I was able to take a shower and get cleaned up, and then stayed over his place for the night, slept on his couch, and then he was off to go hang out with his girlfriend at the time, to go to like this like a snowy area, snowy resort or something like that, to go skiing or whatever. And then I was just off to like figure out where I was going to stay. I think I slept in my car that night, in like some parking lot that I found. And then I kind of just, I think I slept in the parking lot of my job for like a good week or two. I think it was like a week or two. I slept in my car in a Starbucks parking lot, luckily they had like an anytime gym thing, so it wasn't crazy to have cars and vehicles in the parking lot overnight. So, but I stayed in the one. I stayed in the general area of my Starbucks that I was working at. And like I said, thankfully my boss at the time at Starbucks, she allowed me to, bird bath it up in the bathroom at Starbucks. So every morning when crack of dawn, when Starbucks started opening up and stuff like that, I ran in there and took a little bird bath, got myself situated, because expired food is lifted from, the boxes and the yada 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 in Starbucks. I was just grabbing all the expired food and I could, and I would eat that on my own so I could save up money for stuff. And then, like I said in the previous, like one of my other friends that I used to work with at Pagliacci's Pizza, they knew of a friend, and I ended up just moving in, and like I think I was homeless for about a month, maybe like a month and a half. Yeah, it was like a month and a half. Yeah, because I was able to move in like the end of August, I believe. End of August, beginning of September. So yeah, and like most of the time I did was able to get a hotel room. So I was extended stay was my spot. Like that was such a lifesaver. Laundry rooms, my own living space, and TV, and stove for some of them and stuff. It was nice. It was chill. That was actually one of the reasons why I went to an extended stay last year with one of my companions for their birthday, because it was just kind of reminiscent of like me going to extended stay when I was in Seattle, which I have to say I am never going to the extended stay that's in like close to the airport area. That place is trash. Like if I'm ever like needing a hotel type scenario, I'm going to go to like a Hyatt or whatever. But anyway, regardless, it was just it was a harrowing experience how crazy everything went, because even now thinking back to it, it was just like one thing after another, after the next, after the next. It was just, but if it even going through the experience, it felt like it was going so rapidly. That's how funny it was. It felt like it was like the scene from Half Baked. It was like moment after moment after moment, and then when he finally was like locked up, he was like, "Oh my God, the weed is like worn off," and it was like that's kind of how it felt. Like it was to the point where I was sitting on the porch of the new spot that I was living at, actually smoking weed, and I was just like, "Damn!" Like, luckily I get to have this beautiful view of Mount Rainier from my porch. I get to smoke weed outside, out front. I get, just enjoying the atmosphere, and just, I'm free and I'm safe, and, yada, yada, yada. It was heartbreaking because I wasn't with my daughter, but I was like, I could be in jail right now for something I didn't do. Like, and there's so many, like, individuals, men, women, children that have been put behind bars for things that they didn't do. I mean, even worse, people who've been murdered because of things that they didn't do. And as of recent events, as we've seen, the young man who was gunned down by those racist ass pieces of shit who claimed that he stole bottles of water, even though their footage shown that he didn't steal anything. And everybody's trying to pin this narrative of saying he had a fucking weapon or yada yada yada, even though he was shot in the back. So regardless if he had a weapon or not, who gives a shit? He was shot in the back. Those fucking cowards. And I'm glad that their establishment got fucked up and destroyed and raided and fucking graffitied and smashed the windows. And I'm glad. Everybody that is associated with their family should understand the drama that family caused to that child's life and that child's parents and that child's family. Like, it's to the point, man, like, honestly, I don't know what else is going to spark this shit off, but this shit is about to become like the next Civil War and shit. Like, this might be more than likely the end of America. Like, because at this point, it is a pick a side moment. It really is a pick a side moment. Either you're going to be somebody who is a venomous piece of shit that's racist and want to see people fucking get hemmed up by ICE or get murdered by just because of the fact of the skin color hue, like, and if that's who you are, if you support or want to be in line or in league with fucking MAGA and this shitbox and this shitbox administration, then yeah, like, you deserve to fucking go. You deserve to go. Like, for real. Like, this shit is nasty, man. Like, motherfuckers, all people want to do is just be comfortable and have a normal life where they don't have to keep looking over their shoulder and figure out, is this going to be a moment somebody fucking harass me and take me out? Is this a moment when ICE is literally knocking on people's doors, acting like they got packages for them, so they can fucking have them come outside to fucking swarm them and shit. Like, what the fuck, dude? Like, yo, whatever state you in, whatever area you in, like I said, learn your Second Amendment rights. Go to the gun store, especially if you legal, you don't got any like priors or anything like that. Get your guns, get your ammo, get everything that you need, and make sure you fucking are able to secure yourself, secure your family, and secure your household. Make sure you can keep that shit protected. Like, cause man, go to gun ranges. Try, like, learn your firearm. Go to gun range. Use your sights. Learn how to fire it. Learn how to become accustomed to it. Become the next goddamn John Wick if you need to be. If that's your inspiration. Because I'm tired of this shit, man. This shit is getting nutty, and it's fucking is infesting every fucking area of everybody's fucking life. To the point where these motherfucking chodes are fucking talking about God of War, Laufey and shit. Like, that shit is not a fucking banger. That shit look dope as shit. Here's the thing. I had a crush on Deborah Ann Wool for ages. Like, ever since I first seen her in True Blood. But regardless of my crush when I was younger, you know, I enjoy her now as an actress in fucking all the Daredevils, the Punisher Jones. I enjoy her personal life when it comes down to her playing D&D and stuff like that. I feel like she's an all-around talented individual, regardless of her attractiveness or whatever, however you feel about you're attracted to her or not. The fact of the matter is, if you like storylines, you like lore, this is a huge part of God of War. Like, I was running down her receipts so much that, because here's the thing, I loved God of War 2018, and I love God of War Ragnarok. Like, those games were like high tier pinnacle. I never played the original Greece arc of God of War. Like, I watched friends play them, but I just didn't care. I didn't like the downward angle, you know, screen of how they fought. Like, it just wasn't my cup of tea. Now, the story base and the rhythm and how the camera is like over the shoulder for the 2018 God of War and the Ragnarok version, top tier. But the fact of knowing that the emotional weight that was being carried within those ashes of being like, I've seen clips of Kratos kill guys. I remember seeing the scene of Kratos fighting that one guy, but it was from the point of view of the god fighting Kratos, and he was getting his ass whooped by Kratos, and you had to play the game from his point of view while playing the game as Kratos whipping his ass. The shit was incredible. It was incredible. It was an incredible scene. It was well done to the devs for that one. But the fact of seeing how rageful and how fucked up Kratos was back in the day for his like plight of revenge, and then to see him now being like, I gotta stay calm. I gotta like literally being the point of being like Kratos was Bruce Banner trying not to become the Hulk. Throughout both games, he was just like, no, can't be mad, can't be upset, control your breathing, relax. Like, I'm not the Ghost of Sparta. I'm just a guy. I'm just a guy. And I'm moving on. I'm moving on. That's it. And then to have a son to be like, I hate gods. I hate God so much. Shit. My son is God. Shit. Like, I hate myself. Shit. Like, I'm just gonna be a man. My son's gonna be a man. Look, you're a boy. Like, it's totally fine. And then, like, have to come to terms with that and be like, oh shit, nope. I gotta kind of tap back into my well of being a god killer again, because nobody's gonna be fucking with my son and shit, man. But to know all this happened because of the fact that when he came into the Norris realm, him and fucking Faye fucking fought, and fought to a fucking standstill. Here's the thing. We've seen him fight to fucking standstills before, and the only time he fought to a standstill that I can recall now was fucking Thor. Who else stood on a fucking stand? Like, who else took Thor on? And not just regular Thor, drunk Thor. Who else took on drunk Thor? His wife. Kratos' wife took on drunk Thor and lived to tell the tale. Like, she had so much clout. Everybody adored her. The dwarves adored her. The ice giants adored her. They don't like anybody. They just fuck with their own people and shit. Like, the giants fucked with her. That was her people. Even though they didn't, like, want her to do what she went out and did. But, like, yo, man, like, she a beast. The Leviathan axe was her axe. That's hers. She bequeathed it. The Kratos was like, here, take this. Because I'm dying. I'm not going to need it where I'm going. You take it. It's a powerful tool. It's a powerful weapon. And you don't have to pick up your blades anymore. You take this. Protect yourself. Protect our son with it. Yo, man, who the fuck? Like, yeah. Like, for these, this is what I'm saying. What I'm like, and once again, I want to say this first. Happy Pride Month to everybody. Happy Pride Month for everybody who's celebrating. Everybody's out the closet, and everybody's still in the closet, and everybody who feel comfortable expressing themselves in this way. Everybody who don't feel comfortable expressing themselves in a way. Happy Pride Month. Like, you are safe in this space with me. But any of these chodes that are closeted, that like just refuse to just come out to be like, no, I just want to like rub myself up on Kratos' chest, because that's all this sound like. It's like, y'all sound so weird, being like, oh, this is woke because it's a woman. Oh, I mean, I would have wanted it to be Atreus. No, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't, because y'all punk ass motherfuckers was bitching when y'all got to the Atreus part in Ragnarok. Y'all kept bitching about that. Oh, why we gotta play as Atreus? Why we gotta play as Atreus? Atreus part is so boring. It's so slow. Why we gotta do this? Why can't it just be Kratos the whole time? Just call Kratos your daddy and stop being fucking bitches. Like, let's be clear, man. Man, that's what it is. That's what it sounds like. And until y'all fess up and just be like, y'all just closeted, like, y'all look weird. Y'all look weird. Like, I don't know how often your dad used to beat you up and abuse you, or how often your mom used to call you out your name and call you whatever, and made you feel like you couldn't, be yourself. But, like, just be you, dude. Like, just be you. Like, that's nutty. That's weird. It's weird. I don't want to play as her. Oh, she got a gelatinous cube. First off, it's a cosmic cube. Gelatinous cube and cosmic cube are two different things. It's a cosmic cube. Cosmic motherfuckers cubes are awesome. And the tassels or the sword, fucking adorable. I can't wait to play that game. I'm so hyped to play that game. Like I said, when I watched the fucking state of play, all I was looking for, because of course nobody knew they was doing this. All I was waiting for and looking for was the Wolverine game. That's all I was like. Even though I didn't even care if I seen it live or like recorded, it didn't matter. All I knew was I was waiting for them to like drop it, so then they could drop the pre-order fucking jump, because that's all I was looking for. Just drop the pre-order, just drop it, and I got that. It was so funny too, because at like 5 o'clock, because like the pre-orders was at 5 o'clock Eastern time, and because it was 5 o'clock Eastern time, I was like, all right, I got to clock out. Let me clock out of work, and after I clock out of work, I'll go do the pre-order or like that. So then I was like, well, let me just look at the gameplay real fast. It's not going to take long. I looked at the gameplay, so excited when I see goddamn Chucklehead fighting next to Red. I was like, yes, that's what it is. Like, I don't care how you feel about it. I don't care what anybody say about it. I don't care if anybody have their fucking panties in a bunch talking about Jean Grey always need to be with Scott. No. Jean Grey and Wolverine are destined to be together. It's already confirmed. It's X-Men fucking like canon that regardless of anything, Jean Grey is the Phoenix for any time. But outside of the 616 diameter, the Phoenix is represented by Wolverine. So all throughout, regardless, whatever, Wolverine and Jean Grey are epitome as the Phoenix. There is no thing. Well, I mean, I'm not going to say there isn't. There hasn't been one created yet where the reality shows that Scott is outside of time and space as the Phoenix. But until that moment comes, the only ones that are outside time and space and are known to be the Phoenix throughout fucking whatever is Wolverine and Jean Grey. So fucking take that. But anyway, I was excited. But it was so funny because I watched the trailer for it, watched the preview for the gameplay for it, and then I went to go like pre-order it. And lo and behold, all the pre-orders was out. They was like, nope, unavailable. I was like, son of a bitch. I even went to like, I was going to go to Walmart and like do a pre-order there and shit like that. Everywhere I went, it was like no pre-orders. But thankfully, at like 6 o'clock, because it was literally like 5 o'clock I clocked out. 5:02 I watched the trailer. I was like 5:17 or something like that. Like it was done. So 5:18 I went back to go pre-order. It was not there. Luckily, at like 6 o'clock, I went back and it was available again. So I'm not sure how many pre-orders was already fucking sold, but I know I got mine and I'm looking forward to it. It's funny because as soon as I pre-ordered, I've seen again like the updates. It was like, oh, the exclusive like 5 claws and the 5 suits and stuff. I was like, shit, there was a special collector's edition, but it turns out that there isn't. It's only a special collector edition for the digital copy. I don't do digital games. However, luckily I did find out again that you can buy the extra digital stuff for $10 without buying the whole game of the digital like that. So I was like, all right, cool. That's like, if I choose to get it, which I'm really not. I really don't care. The suits are cool. I just don't care. I'm happy that I got the brown and tan suit. Like, I'm happy about the brown and tan suit. Like that, I'm cool with. But you don't get that suit regardless. Like in the game, I just get to play into that suit. Like I guess in the beginning of the game because it's a pre-order download, whatever like that. But regardless, I am excited. I was excited for a Wolverine game first of all. Then God of War Laffy came out, and that looked incredible. Like I am an addict when it comes down to like story and plot and lore and stuff like that. If you give me a good fucking story, I'm all in. Like, hence why I love R.A. Salvatore books so much, because his lore is fucking amazing. Why I like Jim Butcher, because his lore. Anne Rice, her lore was amazing. Like, Laurel K. Hamilton lore is amazing. It's like that. Like, I literally love different types of the 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 authors that I'm reading now, the David Crownsons, um, what's I can't remember Nicole. I can't remember their last name, but um, Star was it Starseed? It like her lore for her books is really expansive. Like it's not as deep as like Bible-ish as George R. Martin, but her first book, the book that I was reading, the Star Seed book that I'm reading, like it goes into on January 15th of 1974, like the girl was born of blah blah blah, and then August 14th of 1975, like her husband, her future husband was born and blah blah blah, and they didn't meet until 1987, and when they was in a certain school together at a science fair, they met up and blah blah blah. Like I'm not paraphrasing. I'm not like saying a literal citing or anything. It was just an example of like how in depth like her lore, her history and stuff like that goes for the character, and I'm like, and I love it. I eat that shit up. Like I eat that shit up. So like to have read all of the documents and all of the lore or the history and stuff like that that went into the God of War 2018 and then the God of War Ragnarok games and all the stuff that they found, and I was like, I didn't 100, I didn't like platinum either games, but the things I was finding and reading about, the things that I was overhearing from Sindri and Brock about her and stuff like that, like it was just like, yo, her character's a fucking beast. Her character's a beast, and then to have this beautiful, wonderful element of like quantum physics that I align with, because of the fact that when I say the consciousness does not die, you can allow your consciousness to give up and be like, all right, I'm just going to not exist anymore. But like the consciousness does not die. It just, when the physical extent of the body fucking declines and depletes and withers away, the consciousness goes to a different plane of existence. Well, that's literally what happened to me. When I died, my consciousness went to the void. And that's where I learned all of my new abilities and stuff like that and brought myself back. But, well, little column A brought myself back, little column B was brought back. But, like, when I die in this form again, once again, I'm just going to go back into the void where other essence and other layers of different realities are like in play and shit like that. Like it's just like the line from Fight Club: every night I die, every night I'm bored again type shit. Like, and it's so funny because I have to say, these last 2 weeks I have been literally feeling like I've been quantum jumping almost every single night. Like, as long as I can get to a point where I can like, which is so funny that I was watching Shangri-La Frontier, because it's like, as long as I can get to the bed and lay down, go to sleep, I'm cool with transpiring in my sleep, because I'll just wake up in another quantum dimension of like this time frame and just keep moving forward after that. But as long as I can make it to my save point, which is my bedroom, I'm cool. But yeah, like to see that, yeah, she's on the pyre, and she is burned up, and her essence is going into the ether, and then she wakes up in a physical form again and being like, oh, I feel pain, I feel, I can feel stuff, I'm still can have a physical reaction to things. Like, it's just another plane of existence and stuff. It was actually good. It was actually funny because my daughter's mom actually said that, because she was a seer and stuff like that. She had a premonition, a vision after her grandma passed, and then she was like, her grandma sent her a message, and it was basically her grandma in a field as a little girl, like dancing in the field and stuff like that, just happy and like full of life and zest and stuff like that. And she was like, she knew that was her grandma saying like, I'm okay, I'm all right. And it was such a beautiful message that she received from her. It was great that, and I honored that she shared that with me and stuff like that, because that started on my journey and my trail of understanding, like, just consciousness and just, like, life and the fact of existence. And, like, we're light beings. Like, regardless of how physical this is, just like Star Trek in the holodeck, they can sit on light fucking particles. That was hard particles, and they can interact with, like, hard particle construct of, like, different human, like, different beings or what like that, or like different tables and walls and stuff. Like, that's all this construct and concept is. It's just hard light constructs, and we're created from the same hard light. Like, we're photons. Like, regardless if you want to say, oh, you talking weird, yada yada yada, or you feel that way, you can look at science itself, and science is, we're made up of stardust. We're made up of particles. We're made up of, and particles are light, photons. That's what it is. We're literally made of photons. You can't say the universe of reality is created of photons, but we're in the universe of reality, which is created from, so we're a part of it. Hence, we're fucking photons. It don't, like, keep up. Jesus Christmas. And it was so funny because I said, okay. I was on Instagram. There's a person on Instagram who I was enjoying their content until they said the most asinine goddamn thing. Of course, it was one of those things, because I'm trying, I was an outline, I'm in the outline, I'm supporting those that are in the community and stuff like that. And I'm like, yeah, well, and then they put up a video about choices, and was like, yeah, some people are in the mindset of, having the choices of A, B, C, D, all with the F over like that, and then they was like, they'll choose one of those choices, not understanding that you can choose this one choice, and then you can stop and, choose a different choice, and yada yada. And I was like, yeah, and I put in a comment, I was like, yeah, we're all just, light beings and superpositioning and stuff like that, yada yada. And she was like, well, I studied in physics or quantum physics for a couple of semesters, and I never read anything like that. And I was like, all I was doing is disagreeing with you. That's all I was doing, disagreeing with you. She's like, well, I never read it. Like, first of all, the people who formulated those fucking equations of properties didn't read that shit before they created that shit? Like, the fucking audacity. And then, of course, like, they were Caucasian. The person that I'm referring to is Caucasian. I am so sick and tired of either people from the Caucasus Mountains and all those who want to fucking ride their coattails from any other different hue or not, and fucking being like, well, if I didn't read it from a book, then I don't believe that's the case. As if just because something was written down in the book, it cannot be changed and formatted and created into something new that we now have a better understanding of, because of the fact that we're standing on top of the shoulders of the people who first brought out that equation of saying, like, hey, look at this new thing I just figured out. To help us be like, hey, look at this new thing we figured out from this thing that you figured out. Like, it's not fucking rocket science. Well, it's quantum physics, but to say, you know what I mean? Like, we're not supposed to go and just be like, okay, well, somebody made this equation. That's it. There's no reason to keep going further. There's no reason to... That's like being like, okay, well, somebody made Terminator. There's no reason to make a Terminator 2. Like, think about if they never made a Terminator 2 after Terminator. Like, Terminator 2 was incredible. Like, but that's the same thing with science. Like, just because you got this equation, you're like, oh, this shit works, it don't mean, okay, we just stop there and that's it. We just, like, motherfuckers thought the Earth was the center of the universe at one point until they realized it wasn't. They realized, oh, no, it's not. And this whole universe is just a galaxy that's next to a whole nother galaxy of Andromeda that we didn't even have no clue about until we found out Andromeda was fucking there. Oh shit, there's other super galaxies and other galaxies around those fucking galaxies, around us and Andromeda and shit. Like, it is a whole big fucking smorgasbord of fucking stuff in space. But everybody, just what? Because you just we just found out about Earth, Moon, and all Jupiter and everything like that. We should have just stopped and not even realize the drama that's out there. Like, come on, man. Or to fucking try to hold on to this fucking narrative and being like, well, just because we figured out this one thing, we don't need to fucking think further than that. The fuck? What's wrong? That's all. Yo, the taste, my taste buds, it was just like, puh. I just wanted to spit it out. It was like, I can't believe how inferior you are in your intelligence. Like, I thought I had a pair. It just turns out you was right. Anyway, let me talk about something. Because it's just annoying. Because I hate when people do that. They be like, well, either it's a thing where they'll get bothered because I know something that either they know or they don't know, and then they want to patronize and be like, well, you just read it in the book. No shit, Sherlock. Where did you read it from? Did you get it beamed into your goddamn brain from the goddamn source itself? If not, you read it from the book too, so shut the fuck up. Like, at the same time, think beyond the book. The book is a template for you to learn from. And then when you learn from that, explore, experiment, go further. That's what it's about. We're supposed to be about expanding and evolving and getting better than we were before. That's what it is. Like, do that. Become better than you were yesterday. Like, but people just want to hold on to these fucking ideas and these concepts of saying that's all we're going to go to, and unless I figured it out myself to say this is going to be new and blah blah blah, I'm just not going to take anybody. Like the Terrence Howard thing, you know, it's so fucking hilarious and funny. Terrence Howard was actually right. There were other scientists that actually backed up his findings. It was like, no, I see what you did there, and you're absolutely correct. Like, while other pieces of shit was literally up there like, don't listen to Terrence Howard, he don't know what he's talking about. Let's try to look at every single time he said something to see if we can find something that he's wrong about, so we can try to discredit everything he said. Like, why? Because y'all wasn't smart enough to think outside the box before he was? So now y'all want to just discredit him for no reason? I mean, beyond the fucking fact that, you know, we could go with the whole his hue and everything like that, but like, come on, man. It's nutty. But regardless, I'm going to say, I'm going to shift gears, and I'm going to go to fucking Euphoria and talk about that season finale, because if the last time I talked about Euphoria was 2 weeks before the season finale, and I didn't watch the penultimate episode the week it dropped. I waited until the season finale so that I could watch the penultimate and the series finale. Thank God it's a series finale. Let me say this first and foremost. No spoilers and nothing like that. I hope you watch it, yada yada. But all I want to say is I'm so happy that the creator decided to end the series, because fuck all y'all racist ass pieces of shit shows that just wanted the show to be about Sydney Sweeney and blah blah blah. Fuck that. I was so disgusted. I was happy and disgusted by the ending of for the characters, the character arcs of Sydney, of Casey and Lexi. I was so disgusted by them, because just two oblivious, dumb, just dummies, just hateful, spiteful dummies, just self-centered, hateful, spiteful dummies. Like, first of all right, let me be clear. Okay, you know what? Fuck it. Sorry, spoilers. I'm gonna say it now. Spoilers for Euphoria season 3 finale. Spoilers. If you don't want to hear it, spoilers. Thank you for traversing this verse with me, because at the end of it, I'm pretty much gonna be done after my rant about Euphoria. But spoilers, Euphoria, season 3. The fact of Rue dying was technically Rue's fault. Only because she told bitch ass Lexi what was going on. If she didn't tell bitch ass Lexi what was happening with the DEA, Rue would not have died. Rue would not have died. Rue would have survived. Rue would probably she would survive. She would have went to that farm. She would have fucking hung out with the little lesbian Little House of the Prairie chick that looked like her homegirl's sister and shit. Like, I don't know where these white girls get these like Botox lips and shit from, but anyway, like Rue would have survived, man. Rue would have talked to her mom and hung out with her mom and her sister again. She would have been clean. Like, Rue would have survived. Lexi punk ass, I can't stand. Like, Rue want to talk to mom, bro, because it's the whole chain of events. Yo, sometimes the reason why dudes be like, I just wish girls would just shut the fuck up sometimes, because sometimes girls and guys too, I'm not going to limit the guys, just talk too fucking much. Like, just shut the fuck up. Like, you bitching and moaning because you mad that your life isn't going the way that you want your life going, but everybody else is fucking actually okay. Like, everybody making bread. Like, Kate, damn it, I keep saying Cassie fucking was making fucking bread until, she kept on overreaching, which was a hilarious thing again about just the whole fact that it's never enough. For some women, it's never enough. It's always more and more and more and more and more. Even when they got the life that they wanted, they always want more and more and more. So I'm happy. I was so happy, and it was such a beautiful shot too, of them panning out from her, like, her home, and it literally being the Rapunzel jump, just like fucking Jules in the beginning. It was like the little princess, like, that's a prisoner in her fucking castle type shit. It was fucking beautifully done. It was like, the aesthetics of it visually, fucking chef's kiss. Well done. But like, yeah, fuck that. And for people who keep saying like Cassie and Maddie were free. No, Maddie's free. Maddie's free. Cassie is fucking Maddie's fucking like meal ticket. Like, Maddie owns Cassie. Maddie owns Cassie. Yeah, they hug. They like, I'll be home late, blah blah blah. But like, no, Maddie's the boss. And now she has no fucking debt to Alamo. That scene was fucking beautiful. But once again, yes, the chain of events, it was Lexi who got fucking Rue killed. Even though Lexi told Maddie, and Maddie opened her mouth too and said the same dumb shit. You don't go to somebody who you know is a drug dealer, has guns and all this fucking shit going on, and say the DEA, you motherfucker. You don't fucking say shit. Like, oh my god. Like, I was so annoyed. I was so annoyed when she said, oh yeah, we're talking about the DEA, I don't know. Oh, so annoyed. I was so annoyed. But it was Lexi's fault. Because Lexi opened her big mouth too, and like you in Hollywood, dude. You know movies, you know films, you know damn well, regardless if this is fucking make-believe and blah, 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 regardless, if somebody says some shit saying, yeah, I was working with Nazis, now I'm working with a cowboy drug dealer, and then the DEA, you don't fucking share all that fucking shit out and be like, the DEA, and Rue's talking about DEA, and blah, blah, blah. Shut the fuck up. And then want to be like, Rue, I don't believe that you clearly are using again. You judgmental fucking prick. What do you mean? Like, you supposed to be her best friend. You supposed to be her best friend. Like, what the fuck? Like, you know what? Here's the thing. I'm going to say it like this. Rue's off in a better place. I'm so sorry to see her character go. Like, I'm not saying, like, I loved her character, because it was just you know, she was a human being. Her character was a human being. She was trying to do the best out of the worst situation because she was traumatized. She lost the love of her life and her father, like, and she didn't know how to fucking cope with that. But she was trying. She was trying so fucking hard. And even with all the shit that she was going through, even with the whole thing that happened in episode 6 with Jules slapped her, which, when I tell you, I had so many conflicting emotions with that scene. Because first and foremost, let's be clear, nobody should be putting their hands on anybody. Let's be clear first and foremost. If it's a man, a woman, man, a man, woman, a man, woman, a woman, regardless, trans to cis to trans to trans, cis to cis, it doesn't matter. No one should be pitting their hands on anybody without consent, and definitely not in a violent manner, like, at all, period. And fucking stop. End statement. But it was so many levels to it because it really was like, that was, regardless of how angry you might be feeling, talking about the character Jules, about what the scenario is and what's going on in her life, blah blah blah. It was unprovoked for her to slap Rue. It was I don't give a fuck. We can't keep saying the whole thing that, you know, we know words hurt, but at the same time, it wasn't like she wasn't saying anything that wasn't truthful. She wasn't saying anything that wasn't truthful. Like, she was being real about it. Like, this nigga's not gonna leave his wife. You know this motherfucker not leaving his wife. I know you getting off on the fact of being like, just getting money just to, you know, I mean, come on, just being an escort. You being an escort. Like, you living a high life. You being Rapunzel in her fucking glass kingdom and shit that can't do nothing. Like, so it is what it is. But, like, don't be mad because she's saying the true shit. Like, she really was trying to get back with you. She's trying to be better. She's trying to do more. She wanted to start a family. She was hoping to start a family with you. But, like, the fuck? But so to be the last time they interact with each other was her accosting Rue. Like, I was proud of Rue for not fucking taking drugs in the first place. So much shit between the Alamo shit, the racist ass fucking Nazis motherfuckers, the DEA and shit like that, her mom not talking to her, all this shit that was going on. Like, her life being threatened almost every other fucking day. It was like, I was proud of her for not taking drugs. And the only reason she took the drugs was because the fucking hand was cut open. She was dragged half a mile and shit on horseback from a horse. Like, yeah, take a painkiller. Like, man, shit, I'm not even mad at her for taking the painkiller. I was like, damn, I hope she don't. I was hoping she didn't. I wasn't mad because she did. Like, fuck, she in pain. But regardless, like, it was a fantastic show. The shit with Nate, oh, it was so sad, dude. It was so sad, dude. Like, here's the thing. I'm not saying, like, I like Nate as a character, because Nate was a piece of shit, too. Like, he's a piece of shit. Like, in a way, all of them was a piece of shit, except for Maddie. I have a soft spot for Maddie, because I really feel like Maddie didn't do shit wrong. I really don't. Like, Maddie should have kept her mouth shut about the DEA shit, but Maddie didn't do. Like, Maddie loved Nate. She was a beautiful young POC girl in a fucking California dream, Saved by the Bell fucking atmosphere, but she still was one of the baddest motherfuckers in that high school, in that area, in blah 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 blah. Like, and all she did was want to have a fucking relationship with Nate, and then that piece of shit was emotionally cheating on her with Jules, cheating on her with fucking Cassie, like, and then kept it fucking hitting after they broke up and shit. Like, I mean, well, technically, I think they did break up before he was messing with Cassie, but still, like, you knew that was her best friend, dude. Just like Cassie being her best friend knew that was her ex, dude. It was dirty, and the way y'all went about being with together was dirty. So yeah, whatever. But man, like when I tell you, man, like I'm happy I'm happy Maddie survived. Like I said a couple of podcasts before, I'm happy Maddie survived. I'm happy like she cool. I'm happy that the fact that like they're like I'm happy the show went the way it went. It's tragic that Rue died. I listened to how the creator was saying he wanted to be as authentic with the character as possible and yada yada yada. I'm happy that they did the scene with the character of Fez and having that be like the fever dream for Rue and them being able to like be together for a moment, or in her memory, just like it was just she was chasing after him type shit. Like I even read an article about how the actor's mom was like really felt honored that they like put him in the season finale and stuff like that. Like it was great. Like it was touching seeing Ali like be the one that was there with her when and he called her mom and her mom no. Then he like him have his breakdown and literally being like live or die. Like I'm taking that motherfucker out. Like for Rue, this is for Rue. And the fact that he said what he said while fucking Maddie was there, so Maddie knew that it was Alamo that did that shit to her homie and shit. You know what I mean? Like I was happy, and also that Maddie and the homeboy got together. Like I'm happy that the homeboy, you know what I mean? Because I mean, regardless of like the scenario, the lifestyle he was living in, like I still was like he's a cool ass character. Like I like his character in every scene that he did. Every scene that he was involved in, I fucked with it. I fucked with it. It's actually gonna be crazy because I mean I don't know if if he's out the game or if he's just gonna take over or if the little short motherfucker dude gonna take over. Because I mean the short motherfucker was listening to him when he was like, nah, let Alamo do his shit. Even though he took the rounds out, Alamo fucking, I mean? So, I don't know. But regardless, I'm happy the show ended how it ended because it's, it was supposed to be a representation of real life. And in real life, like the creator says, some people who are in that lifestyle, they don't always have the happy endings. Like, sometimes they do OD, and that's the last of their, life. And I like that it was this thing where it was like 45 minutes in, she was gone, but the story keeps going because that's life. Like, when I died, if I didn't come back, people would have just kept going. Like, that's what would have been it. I mean, it would have been crazy because of all the stuff that I know now that has transpired, but yeah, the fact of the matter is, like, I appreciated the story. I appreciate the lore of these characters. It was beautifully done, and I applaud it. I really do. It was great. It was a great job. It was really a great job. Okay. I think that is it for me. Once again, if you made it this far, thank you for staying in and hearing my rant about Euphoria and my opinions and review about it. I technically did talk about shitbox once in this. Once again, fuck Donald Trump, fuck ICE, fuck this establishment, impeach fucking article fucking 25 this motherfucker. This motherfucker's sleeping in the Oval Office. Motherfuckers was saying Sleepy Joe. They still say Sleepy Joe if they don't fucking talk about Obama first. Like, this motherfucker, this shitbox is literally shitting himself and falling asleep in the Oval Office. Like, he needs to be impeached. He needs to be gone. And hopefully, I mean, I know these lying motherfuckers not going to do it, but hopefully, there was an article saying MAGA was like, if Trump get arrested, then they're leaving the country. I hope they do. It was so funny because just like off of Boondock Saints, the joke was like, I'll have a Coke as the punchline. which is so funny because the reverse material for that joke was what these MAGA motherfuckers would have been saying. But like, yeah, I just, I don't want it to be a civil war, but more than likely, if this motherfucker keeps surviving, it's going to be a civil war. But regardless, y'all have a great day. Thank you for traversing this verse with me. I'm 45 and I'm still kicking, and I'm happy about it. I hope y'all all have a wonderful, great weekend. Hope y'all stay cool, and I hope y'all, just stay comfortable and stay safe, and have a good one. Alright, guys. Y'all have a great one. This has been a Troyiverse production.